Hi everybody, hi Tamar.
Hello.
Welcome to another video of Goth Academy. We're going to talk today about the people. But first of all, I want to compliment you on your socks. Nice socks.
Thanks. I stepped on shit.
You did? On the way over? Stay tuned for our bold prediction about the people of A Song of Ice and Fire later in the video. But let's start off, talk a little bit in general about the people, the common people.
Common people are about 99.9999999
999
of the whole population of Westeros. Most of the people are people.
This is incredible. Incredible stuff, Itamar.
And we read the story not from their viewpoint,
Point of view, right?
but from the point of view of the noble class. We are talking about a class society.
We're living in a dictatorship, a self-perpetuating autocracy in which the working classes...
Oh, there you go, bringing class into it again.
That's what it's all about.
Like the 99%, they have this purpose, which is to grow food for the rest of the population. And because it's so important, the society is built to keep them in place. Like, this is your role in life.
We need you.
We need you, so you have no right beside to grow food, and you can't leave your place freely, and you can't hold property in most cases, and of course you are not allowed to hold weapon and start war without the permission of the Lord. So at that time, today as well, most of the people are superstitious. Basically, you can say that religion gives them a meaning to their
Right.
low place in life.
Right.
Because it says something like, okay, this is your reality, but if you be good, you know, the most important thing that you will go to the afterlife and then you'll be rewarded for your low place in life.
Like in Westeros, the people they believe in the seven, and there's a certain hierarchy in the seven, so it makes sense for them to be in a certain hierarchy, even though they are in the
Yes. So
on the bottom.
the priests tell them that even the gods have some kind of hierarchy and role in their life. So this is your role, and it's not. It's part of the the cosmic plan.
So the main plot, the whole plot, is basically the Game of Thrones. But the Game of Thrones is being played above the heads of the people. This lord fighting against that lord, and nobody cares. So if we look at the people as if they're a character, let's go through their character arc through the story up to today. And we're going to talk about the books mostly, but I don't know, it coincides with the show. So in the first book, Game of Thrones, the people basically are absent, right? As you said, like they're not a part of the Game of Thrones.
No. In the second book, they appear as a mob. Like this force of nature, they need to be kept with full bellies,
Right.
and if they will be hungry, then rage will erupt.
Right, and they attack Joffrey and attack
They
Sansa.
try to rape Sansa.
And also Tyrion has to remove them in ahead of the Battle of Blackwater. He removes like a whole neighborhood and destroys their houses because they are in the way of the big battle of the 1%. And in the third book, the Storm of Swords, so Dany starts releasing the slaves. So she ostensibly says that she represents the people, and she gives them rights, and she's very ideological about it. Also, when she gets the Unsullied, she doesn't accept them as slaves. She frees them and tells them, you can go away, or you can fight with me. And this is like the raison d'etre of her whole campaign.
Yeah, this gives her legitimacy to
Right.
her conquest.
Right, and like an added value. She's not just a warlord.
Yeah. You also have Margery in the third book. She, gives them charity. She's
Right.
so rich, so she gives a little back, and we're supposed to think.
Right. So she might be good, but maybe she's just a savvy politician, and she understands that there is a political value with having the people happy and love you.
Yeah. Unlike Cersei, her attitude towards the 99%, the common man, is like very condescending, and
Right.
they're sheep, and the lion shouldn't care what the sheep think of him.
Right, right. But there is one exception of the people in Storm of Swords about who represents the people. There's the Band of Brothers, which is kind of an egalitarian group of former lords and of lowborn.
They have this Robin Hood
Right.
ideology of taking from the rich to give back to the poor.
Right, and the Brotherhood are not shy about using violence against the lords.
Their perspective, they are enacting the king's justice.
Right, the real king,
The real king's justice.
who is Robert.
He's supposed to protect the people, and no one protects the people now, so they took their job.
So this is an interesting development in this character of people.
We suddenly see them. We suddenly see.
And they're active.
And in the fourth book,
okay,
like one of the main theme of the fourth book, this is called a feast for crows. Like the crows are feasting from all the dead bodies, you know. This is what it means. I'm sure you didn't know that.
I thought it was the feast of the crows on the wall.
No, no. The feast for crows, the Brotherhood starts to act very violently and like terrorists, you know, like gangs of, you know, marauding murderers.
No more honor. So this is another consequence of the Game of Thrones. The people will not stay quiet.
No.
And like, I don't know, it's a political development.
When you neglect your duties as Lord, someone will take the reins. Yeah.
We can see that today also.
With the breakup of the
welfare state.
Traditionally, the welfare state said that we need as a state, like the sovereign needs to protect the people, but not only to protect, but to take care of his health and his education and stuff like that. This vacuum is filled by NGOs and by charity organizations.
So the Brotherhood Without Banners is basically like a medieval NGO.
Exactly. And in the Feast for Crows, especially the Brienne episodes, when she walks all around the country and sees all the suffering and damage that Game of Thrones did. And suddenly the High Sparrow.
It's another consequence of this Game of Thrones.
The High Sparrow, which speaks for the disenfranchised and unprotected and suffering people, masses, you know.
So where are we now in the story? We can see, okay, the High Sparrow with his faith militant and King's Landing starting to crumble down. And over in Essos, we see that the slaves are on the cusp of revolt, and Meereen is crumbling.
Volantis is on the cusp of revolution. I think we see the breaking point of this character that is the 99, the 99%, the shadow character, this force of nature that is in the background and starting to be a problem.
Like a faction.
And like a faction in itself, exactly.
Okay, so just to sum up, they start out as absent, and then they are like the mob. They become a little bit more active, but then it metastasizes into something dangerous.
Yes.
Something dangerous. So this is where we are now.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a great setup for this video's bold prediction. What do you think will happen to the people in the rest of the story?
In a sentence?
In a sentence, please.
Winter is coming.
Anarchy is coming.
Winter in the sense of something bad is going to happen with the people, some kind of an anarchy.
Because the Seven Kingdoms are falling apart even regardless of the people.
The current social contracts in the feudal system basically means the people need to grow food for the noblemen. The noblemen need to protect the people. And you have also the religion part of society that needs to protect the souls and legitimize the ruler. So this is kind of a deal between all the factions.
But in the story.
But now you see the social contracts
broken.
It's broken. It's not working.
The noblemen, they broke the
neglect
contract.
their duties. And they broke the contract. They can't protect the people anymore.
What happens when the social contract is broken?
You have a revolution or peasant revolt. And you had a lot of peasant, such a lot of peasant revolt in the Middle Ages, but you had some kind of peasant revolt in the Middle Ages. Very violent, very frightening, unsuccessful.
In changing the system.
But every peasant revolt changed a little bit the relationship between the rulers and the ruled. They got inside their head that they need to take care of the people and act on their behalf.
I'm not sure they understand it even today.
There will have to be some kind of a new social contract that give more power to the people and take care of the people and even represent the people in some way.
Basically, there is an opportunity, because of the crumbling of the central power, there is an opportunity for them to get a seat at the table, to get a bigger piece of the pie, something like that.
That's right, yeah.
I thought about it. So here is my bold prediction. I'll make it more specific. Jon will be resurrected, so he will unite the wildlings, and they will go south to the gift and the other gift, whatever, to all the, I don't know, we'll show a map.
Maybe to Winterfell.
Maybe to Winterfell, both to get as far as they can from the White Walkers / others.
Now when I think about it, the Brotherhood worship Wallow, and the wildlings, after John will be resurrected by the power of our Lord,
Right.
Wallow, maybe they will unite in some place.
The people and the people.
In the neck.
Maybe in the neck.
Then they will suffocate the realm.
So if you want to help us move up from the 99% to the 1%, there's a link in the description to our Patreon page that will help us make this channel sustainable and make us extremely rich.
My gold coated cigars that I ordered from eBay are on their way, and I need to pay for them somehow.
And I need to feed my daughter.
I need my golden cigar.
Okay, so you can subscribe if you want to get our next videos. And there are a few videos that are very relevant to this one if you want to watch them. There's one about the political systems, right? And there's also one about the civil wars that a lot of people liked. So if you think that something else will happen to the people, the character of the people, you can mention in the comments, of course. And check out our Twitter account and our Facebook page. We post some content there for the people because we are part of the people, right? And subscribe to get our next videos. That's it. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.